Julie from Ultimate Photo Tips, back today with another 2-minute tip for you. I want to talk about including people in your photographs. Now, I'm not talking about the photos where a person or a group of people is your main subject. Instead, I want you to consider, and this is a radical idea, including people in your nature and your landscape shots. For a long time, I was one of those photographers who would wait for all the tourists to clear out of a spot before I took my photo. I wanted the scene to appear pristine and untouched. Now, there's nothing wrong with that approach, but I'd like you to consider telling a different kind of story. Let me give you a couple of reasons why I've started to include people into my landscape and nature shots. First, including a person in the scene adds a sense of scale. We all know immediately how big a person is, so including a person in the image lets us quickly assess the relative size of the other elements. So if you're in the forest and you're photographing that giant sequoia tree, it has a lot more meaning as soon as you put a person beside it. Now, the second reason may be more significant, and that is including a person in the scene adds that human interest factor. Having a person in the photo lets the viewer substitute themselves and really imagine being there. It gives the photo a sense of immediacy. If you're submitting photos to magazines, they love the inclusion of people because it helps their readers really relate to that image much better. Now, if you are going to be taking images with people in them that you intend to sell, you want to make sure that you have the appropriate model releases in place. You also want to think about including the right person in your image. Any old tourist might not be the best person. You want to make sure you have someone who's well groomed and dressed appropriately for the scene. In fact, you might even be your best and most cooperative subject. So consider using the timer release on your camera and including yourself in your photos. Alright, let me close with a couple of examples and let you decide whether you prefer the image with or without me in the frame. Here's the Hopewell Rocks in New Brunswick, Canada at sunrise. And here they are again with me in the scene. So do you react any differently to this second photo? Alright, that's it for today. It's time for you to get out there with your camera and try taking some photos that include people and see if you like the difference that it makes. If you want more photo tips, come on over to ultimatephototips.com and make sure you sign up for my newsletter while you're there. Happy shooting, and I'll see you next time.